I wanted to talk about the changes in early childhood education. We just saw that it is really expanding in the need, but there's also two major changes, and that is the changes in the demographic, the makeup of your classrooms, and also the changes in the economics. Let's start with demographics. Classrooms in the United States are now more diverse than ever in race, culture, and language. The census of 2010 showed that our classroom populations have really changed. And currently, 25% of children in classrooms have parents who are immigrants. This number is going to just keep growing and growing. We know that from the data of how our country is changing. And the majority of the children that come to our classrooms in the next 10 years will be identified as minority groups. The largest increase in this growing group would be our Hispanic and Latino population. Between 2000 and 2010, this population grew 43%. And if you look at the number today in 2016, it continues to grow at staggering rates. Hispanics make up nearly one-fifth of our nation's population. And they're also known to higher birth rates and just a growth in immigration right now. So we will see classrooms that are full of children called dual language learners. That means they do not speak English as their first language. And if you're working with very young learners, they're going to learn to speak English and, well, they'll learn their own language and English at the same time. And so it's important as an early childhood educator, to learn how to meet the needs of this diverse population and our dual language learners. Now, the changes in economics are a little bit different, but we know that poverty in the United States has devastating impacts on children's health, their development, and their learning. And we see that nearly 25% of all children under the age of 6 are living in poverty conditions. Within these groups, African Americans and Latino children are the most affected. And we also see that the unemployment rates negatively affect enrollments in early childhood programs because families can't pay for schooling or for childcare. And many times families have to remove their children because they can no longer afford these services. We're also seeing several companies and employers not being able to support childcare resources that they had in the past, and this is having effects on our populations. And the long-term effects of these changes in our economy on early childhood programs cannot be positive because we have less and less children that need the help, need the programs getting that help. But we do see an increase in funding for our most impoverished populations, and that's where our Head Start really is helping. But these two changes will dramatically make a difference in what happens with our early learners as they become learners in our public schools. So we want to get in there and really make a difference.